to build a CDS query, the first thing you need to do is identify the criteria that you want to look for. For example, if I want to find a patient who is overdue for diabetes screening, so they won't have a hemoglobin A1C or glucose fasting in the last 5 years. So what we'll do is we'll go to HealthQuest Tabletop, we'll go to Setup, Charting Setup, CDS Query Setup. Then I'm going to click New, and in the description here I'm going to type in patients due for diabetes screening. I'm also going to uncheck off these Notify on Appointment and Notify on Chart just while I'm in the building process. I'll click Save. You can now see that it's in the list of queries here. So I'm going to click on Edit Query to build my criteria. So I'll click New Line, select from many different categories. The first one I would always do is the clients. This is going to give you your patient demographic. So I'm going to look for patients over 40 where the default doc is test. And then I'm going to save the line. And then I want to find patients that don't have a specific lab. So I'm going to click on New Line again. This time I'm going to select Lab Results, click OK. You get some different criteria here. So I'm going to say I don't want in the last 5 years. And then the test description here, I'm going to type in hemoglobin A1C as it would come in to the chart electronically. And then in the top right hand corner, I'm going to click on Not and save line here. So then I also want to do the same for glucose fasting. But then I also know that we have an ASAP template where people may document a lab result completed elsewhere into the patient's chart. So I'm going to click New Line. This time I'm going to select Chart Notes, click OK. And then in the chart type drop down, I'm going to select my ASAP template. And then at the bottom here under Other Date, I can select any of my date fields that are in this ASAP template. So I'm going to go with glucose fasting date. Same thing in the last 5 years. And not. And then repeat for the A1C date. So now I have all of my lines built. I can either just save the line, close out of it, or I can run this report to see who meets this criteria. So I will run it, and I don't have anybody that is due for diabetes screening according to this query.